if there's anything I know for sure, it's that women hate getting their picture taken. I have witnessed women ducking cover faster than the speed of light when a camera enters the room. But when I'm talking about getting your picture taken, what exactly do I mean? Is it a snapshot, a selfie, a candid? In a world where cameras are as available as the back of our cell phones, why is it that the photograph remains one of our most treasured artifacts? The importance of being seen stems much deeper than ink on a piece of paper and lasts much longer than digital in our current technology. It is our ability to preserve a moment, a connection, a feeling, love. So this talk is for anyone who's ever shied away from the camera, hidden in the background, and most importantly, anyone who feels like they're not good enough to exist in a photograph. I have been photographing people for over a decade, and let me tell you, I have heard every reason under the sun why a woman hates being in a picture. So it seems kind of funny why I decided to become a women's portrait photographer, but let me tell you about the session that changed my life and the direction of my photography career. In the beginning, I photographed weddings, babies, children, and families, and while I understood that I was documenting someone's history, something was missing for me. My studio just so happened to be next to a beautiful lingerie store, and so I asked the store owner if she was interested in gifting my studio to her clients, and she said yes. So more and more women started coming into my studio looking to create a special gift for her significant other, and it was at this time that I met Megan. During our initial consultation, Megan told me that she was in her late 40s, had devoted her life to her husband and her now 2 teenage children, and that she was just getting back to herself. She had started a new fitness program, started eating better, and was really looking forward to seeing the transformation in her body in the photographs, but that these photographs were only for the benefit of her husband because she hated getting her picture taken. We had an amazing session and full of smiles and stories, and I couldn't wait for her to see the photographs. I have something in my studio called a premiere, where my client comes back into the studio and sees their photographs for the first time. My studio is set up like a movie theater, complete with a big screen, comfy couch, snacks, and of course the slideshow of your images. After the slideshow plays, I always ask the same question. How do you feel about your photographs? And I always wait for a response. It's during this time as an artist you start sweating bullets in fear that your client doesn't love your work. So Megan came in for her premiere, and after the slideshow plays, I asked her the question, so how do you feel about your photographs? And there was silence. There's silence for 2 minutes, and then 4 minutes, and I started getting really nervous. But after 5 minutes, she squinted her eyes and pointed a finger at the photograph still up on the screen and said, "Is that me?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Do you see me like that?" And I said, "Yes," wondering where she was leading me. And then she said, "Do other people see me like that?" And I said, "To be honest, I don't know what other people see, but you're looking at yourself through my eyes." She took a deep breath, sat back in her chair, and whispered, "That woman is beautiful." And then it hit me. What I'm photographing is a connection to yourself, your soul, and everything that you believe in. These women are taking a chance with me. They're opening up their hearts and their souls, and they're allowing themselves to be seen. When they leave my studio, they ask themselves, did she see me? Did she capture who I am? Will I like what I see? Every day we have the chance to love ourselves, and every day we have the choice to show people who we really are, and this is what I do. So anyone who knows me will know I'm very logical by nature. If you can't explain it to me in words and concrete facts, I have no idea what you're talking about. And and it's really hard for me to stand here then and tell you that I photograph magic. But the photograph to me provides tangible proof that magic exists because I can see the physical evidence of it staring back at me. I've been photographing what matters, who matters, and when matters. When someone asks me to photograph them, I am honored and grateful to be part of their history, their memories, and to celebrate the relationships that they hold in their lives. These photographs are more than what you can see. It is that spark, that magic, that intangible spirit that attracts us and holds our attention long enough to fall in love, and it keeps us enraptured to stay in love. While it takes a really long time to get to know someone, I'm tasked to do this in a few hours and capture it for a lifetime. But as I talked to more and more women over the years, I noticed a pattern forming. When I would ask them what I should focus on, they would tell me everything that they would like to forget. And when I asked them what they loved about themselves, they told me everything that they hated. The scenario would go a little like this. I have my mother's small eyes and my father's build. I hate my chunky thighs, my knobby knees, and my fat arms. And if you could just photograph me from the neck up, that would be great, but not my double chin. And oh yeah, I have nothing to wear. The light on her face is beautiful as she continues to tell me about her flaws. She suddenly sits up straighter as if being subconsciously reprimanded for her bad posture. Her hands move as to concrete her words as absolute facts. But as much as I listen to her speech, I cannot see any flaws. There's only this magnificent woman in front of me. She gains confidence, telling me about everything that is wrong with her. I can feel that she is comfortable in this negative space, this space that is built out of self-hate, unwelcome disappointment, and cruel words. She looks at me with those eyes that I know love somebody more than anything in her life. Her hands are now folded neatly on her lap, waiting for me to commiserate with her in her tower. But I know those hands have moved mountains. And so I ask her again, what do you love about yourself? And there's always a nervous giggle and silence. And so I say, let me show you what I see. As a photographer, it's my job to find the light in any situation. For some photographers, it's finding the light in a dark church during a wedding, or knowing the right camera settings to capture fireworks or stars at night. But for me, I look for the light that's not only on my client's face, but the beautiful light that shines out of her. Beauty is not a rare gift only given to a chosen few, but it lives in each one of us. I create photographs that move me. They fill me with love. And sometimes they rip my heart out. These women inspire me to be a better person, daughter, sister, wife, mother. There are many celebrations that come through my studio. Women who have been best friends for over 25 years, mothers and daughters, sisters, birthdays, wedding anniversaries. I have photographed children growing up, multiple generations, and women who have not had their picture taken in decades. And while we're celebrating our children growing up, our parents are growing older, and time is always passing us by. In the light of all these celebrations, I've had equally as many clients come see me in the aftermaths of a tragedy. I've heard so many stories of relationships ending, miscarriages, loss, and death. In a time where we bear witness to the pain of mortality, a photograph gives us the gift of immortality. In the thick of understanding that we cannot control time, a photograph gives us the ability to take a deep breath and cherish the moments that we did have. There is a realization that these are the moments that we want to return to when we cannot make any more moments. One day, it'll be a photograph of you that someone is going to look fondly back on, your loved ones, your children, future generations to come. Our hearts can be healed by photographs. So this is the importance of being seen. Refuse to let your fear and insecurities prevent you from standing in front of that lens and existing in a photograph. The photograph is a tangible proof of magic that we can see and hold in our hands. It's the legacy that we leave our loved ones. It's the moments we want to return to, and it's what exists beyond us. A photograph is our ability to really be seen, reconnect, and above all, fall in love with yourself, maybe for the first time in a long time. Thank you.